Here in Nigeria, another African leader, President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana on Thursday, urged African leaders to ensure their industrial policies reflected national interest in order to achieve the collective desire of industrializing the continent. Akufo-Addo made the remark at the annual lecture of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria MAN with the theme Mainstreaming Policies to Catalyze Industrial Renaissance in Lagos. Correspondent Abiola Ismail has the details.
African continent, no doubt, boasts of young, determined and highly educated people across all sectors, but the continent have not been able to get the right mix of policies to fully unearth and develop the entrepreneurial talents that abound in Nigeria and in particular on the continent. And as such, the need for African leaders to fast-track the creation of environmental framework to make industry succeed in creating wealthy people in Africa was critically discussed at this gathering of manufacturers. Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo, represented by Senior Minister Samuel Yao Osafo-Mafo, decried the apparent inability of African countries to transform their abundant natural resources into opportunities for creating of jobs and wealth. He advised African governments to collaborate, develop common trade platforms and innovative ways of assisting local industries without breaking the WTO, ECOWAS rules and other conventions.
More often than not, our budgets are not directed to support our local production the way they should. And when you do that, you are taking jobs away from your people. Anytime you bring in cheaper goods from somewhere in Asia here to consume, when you could have supported somebody to produce same here, you are taking jobs away from Nigeria. You are taking jobs away from Ghana. You are taking jobs away from Africa. And therefore the financial muscle of our budgets must be used to support manufacturing.
On his part, the outgoing president of MAN, Dr. Frank Jacobs, noted that the policies like the African Continental Free Trade Area are critical to the continent's economic development. Jacobs, however, warned that as much as the benefits are huge, it is important that each nation do not rush into taking decisions that will not have the buy-in from all critical stakeholders who drive businesses' growth in Africa.
In line with our earlier presentations on the subject matter, we wish to reiterate that MAN is not against any agreement that will facilitate intra-African trade, particularly where Africans stand to gain from such trade. Our concern were principally the inadequacy of private sector stakeholders' consultations and the absence of a credible country-specific study that should form the basis of our negotiation as a country. We expressed worry over the haste in the signing of the agreement up front without a clue as to what its major and defining components will be or portends for our economy.
Other speakers advocated and instituted holistic industrialization policy for the private sector driven by one district one factory program in ensuring decentralization to community.
We remain committed to working with you in the task of bringing to life the vision of sustainable and inclusive growth for our economy.
I would like to reassure the manufacturing community that we will not relent in our efforts in addressing the many challenges facing the sector. The Ministry will continue to hold consultations with relevant stakeholders to fashion out sector-specific policies and intervention schemes to create the enabling environment for industrialization.
Abiola Ismail, MITV News.
The nationwide warning strike demanded by the organized labor was in full swing across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, on Thursday.